any extra work, whether you do it here or at home, is going to be your best friend. The more you can do it, the more comfortable you get, and the better you feel about it.
This is the Complete Athlete Podcast, where you get you to your next level in your sport and in life, that sport being baseball. We have this guy's third podcast, Coach Joey Reinarts here. How we doing, Joey?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. We just had our summer coaches meeting a little while ago, talking about our summer plans, laying out, our goals and whatnot for the teams. How long has it been since you trained with us years ago when you would come in and train? Who else?
Ryan Wilhelm
and
yep.
Evan would come in, and Ty Stepp.
Ty Stepp.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Us four.
Yep.
I think it was the winter of 2022.
Yep.
And then I joined of May 2023.
So yeah,
for internship.
Yep. You interned with us and trained, coached and ultimately became our private trainer now and whatnot. So that's been almost. It'll be 3 years this May, which is crazy to think. Time has flown by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, it's been all go too. I haven't really taken breaks or anything.
I guess the month of October, but
yeah,
that part of the year. But you still, I think, like we're still doing.
I'll mix in like a couple here and there. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, give us an update on like where things have been at, like what teams you've coached over the last few years. I mean, you've basically been helping out wherever need be with the younger teams, the older teams, and whatnot.
Yeah, I've been filling in for some of the younger teams. I feel like anywhere from maybe starting like 11U.
Well, you were helping out with that 10U team last year.
Yeah, 10U.
In off-season training.
Yep, and then I've coached 2 15U teams and 1 16U team now.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess this year will be like the official 16U, like they'll be 16, but...
Yep.
I did one my first fall here. I was assistant coach, and then last year I did head coaching. Oh, I guess I did the winter team too.
Oh yeah,
I helped
I remember we did those I think that was and that's still your team that you're coaching this summer.
Yeah.
Like Liam Doyle was on that team, Tristan Click, Mason Heffley, that whole crew, Caden Shear, Avery. I'm gonna miss some, so I should probably stop naming them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, we did that tournament down to Arizona, and I think that was the winter of 23, because if you started in May.
Yeah, that was like that might have been my first time coaching. Well, actually the fall would have been.
But yeah, we went down to AZ, and then we went to Vero Beach, Florida.
Yeah, I didn't go.
You didn't go to that one. You went to the Arizona one.
Yep.
Yeah, we got rained out and whatnot. But yeah, no, those tournaments were fun. I guess from my framework, just asking you, like, you've helped out with all of from our youth camps, private training, youth teams and whatnot, our older high school teams. Like, what has been your biggest like learning experience out of that, or what have you learned of like just coaching so many different age groups?
Definitely communication, with going from 10 years old all the way to like college kids too. So just figuring out how to communicate and I guess reach them on whatever level they need me to. So
100%.
I guess the trickier parts with bigger groups of kids, because I'll get to know them, but with the private training, I feel like I have a really good connection with the kids I've been training, and then as well as the teams I'm coaching too, since I get to spend more time with them.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the private training, because you've really honed in on that. You did like some here and there along with the pitching groups last winter, but what have you really, like, how do you connect with the kids so well in private training?
I think it's just the one-on-one aspect, and just to let them know that like I'm a human too. Like, just talk about sports or school or whatever, fishing. We'll talk about video games too.
Grayson, he'll become. He brought, didn't he bring in some lures for you?
Yeah,
because he literally, he's a 13-year-old.
Yeah, he I guess started his own. I don't know if I'll just call it a brand.
Yeah.
He started making fishing lures, and I knew that some of my family members, like my cousin and my grandpa, they're pretty avid fishermen. So I thought it was a cool Christmas present, and also just supporting him too. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know he loved that.
Yeah.
It's great that you're able to connect with kids on that level of like their interest outside of here, and then, get them to buy into what you're teaching them in here. So
yeah.
I love seeing it. I don't even know why I have this. We should just really talk about just anything in general. What are you most excited about since we just had our summer coaches meeting? What are you most excited about for the upcoming season?
I'm excited that I got the same group of boys that I had last year. And now we can just build off what we were able to do last year. The summer season was really good. We had a lot of growth, especially with, I guess we had some kids in different spots with development levels, and I feel like we're able to kind of mesh together and figure out, the best spots for kids to play and what they really thrive in, like position-wise or, hitting or whatever it may be. So I'm excited that I don't have to go through the whole learning process again. We can kind of hop right into it, and I'm just excited to honestly get after it again with these guys. I think we'll have a really good summer. We had some injury issues. We had a lot of stuff going on. So I think as long as we can keep our head on straight and just, grind at practice and then just go and have fun during the games and not worry too much about, mechanics and whatever else that is and just play, I think we'll be in a pretty good spot, and hopefully we make some bracket play and see what we can do from there.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it takes, when you're getting a new group of kids together, it takes a little bit for them to like bond and mesh. And then once you got that all figured out, then it's about like everybody just putting in the work and putting their head down and working together, because you already got that mesh going on. And then you can really start, placing up in the tournaments, but also just, we were talking about this as an organization, just falling in love with the process. Like back when you were training hard, and I know you still pitch for the Minneapolis River Rats, so you can update us with that too. Minneapolis River Rats this summer. Pretty much all of how many of our CA players are now playing with River Rats? It's crazy.
I'll see if I can name them off.
Yeah, because our varsity players, they all graduated this spring.
Yep.
So
actually, Colton had played with us last summer.
Oh yeah.
So he was the first one to get involved, and he really liked it. So he kind of gave some of the other boys like a inside scoop on how it works, and got a lot of them interested that way. So I tried to get as many as we could and talk to my manager Jack to see what we could do for games, and he's like, well, if we get more kids, that just means more games for us. So realistically, I think we had probably
we got
6 of them on there.
Yeah, and some, were here and there with stuff. But who'd you have? You had Colton Thomas, Taylor Roan,
Miles
Clark. Who else?
I know Jaden was supposed to be there, but
was he technically rostered?
He was rostered, yeah. Okay. Cooper was rostered.
Cooper Conrad.
Max Kinney was rostered.
That's 6 right there.
Max was there quite a bit actually. He got some good reps in.
Good.
I don't think I'm missing anybody. I hope I'm not missing anybody.
Hopefully you're not missing anybody, but you'll feel bad afterwards when we roll the tape.
Yeah, no doubt.
But Minneapolis River Rats, so like tell us how you guys' season went, because you guys had some good accomplishments in there, right?
We did, yeah. We made it. We got a state bid for the first time. I don't know if it was in like the Rats history, but it was first time in like 20 years, I think. So it was pretty cool to do that. Unfortunately, the game did not go super well for us.
The way that you planned.
But not the way we planned for it. But I think the first step was just getting there so we could see what it was like, and then for future years, just recruiting bigger and better, I guess, and just continuing to get younger, but also bring in some guys like my age, maybe a little bit older, so that when these college kids go and play back at school, we still have a full strength roster.
Yeah, because usually, when's the state tournament usually?
It's usually like late August.
So all the kids are back in school by what, August 16th through 20th?
Something like that. Yeah. I know that some coaches, like my previous college coach, he had let the guys who were in the tournaments go back home and play.
Yeah.
I guess it just depends on how far you are too.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good season. I had a lot of fun. Had a lot of good things go my way too. So I don't know. I'm just hoping to keep doing it as long as I can.
Absolutely. Yeah. How old are you now?
23.
Man, you're getting old, man. Just kidding. No, I'm getting old. But no, that's sweet. Yeah. And just for the parents out there that don't know, like Class A town ball, like how many, I mean, obviously there's Class A, Class B, Class C. But that's where a lot of college kids go and play through their summer seasons after high school. And there's even some ex-professional players in there that,
Sure.
they played Pecos League, they played Frontier League, they played independent ball, or some of them even played minor league ball.
Yeah.
I think one time when I pitched for the Coon Rapids Redbirds back in 2015, 2016, somewhere in there, I pitched against a old Phillies major leaguer guy. I think he was on AAA a long time, but also got on the major league roster. I got a ground out. I was like, I mean, he's in his 40s, but like still, I was like, heck yeah.
You see a lot of different levels of players, not even like, professional, but you see anywhere from junior college to Division I to guys who are like 50 years old who are starting every day playing, and it's crazy because you think you get these old guys coming up to hit, and you're like, oh, this is easy out here, but some of those guys are even tougher because they've already done it so many years where they just know, like, at this point they just got to get the bat on ball and just like peck away at the pitcher, and it's just annoying for me because I just want to like blow everything by everyone, and sometimes those guys, all they do is just stick their bat out and hit it to right field, and like, what else can you do?
Just throw your hands up, and you're like, oh, I guess I'll get the young guy out next to maybe a little bit more inexperienced, but it's town ball is, I literally think there's over, is it 120? I feel like it's over 200 teams.
Gotta be. I don't even know, but
it's crazy.
That's probably like a rough estimate.
Minnesota has like the biggest town ball presence. I knew they did like the tours of the stadiums a few years ago on Fox Sports North and everything. So cool. And we just finalized our tournament schedule this last week. We're headed to some fun places. I know you're super excited about that. Going to see some real powerful arms and whatnot. That's the plan. We got a Texas Christian tournament for our 15, 16U teams, Kansas City, and then also Council Bluffs, Iowa. And we're going to be able to be around the College World Series during that time as well. Like, what are you most excited about for that experience for your team specifically?
I'm excited for the boys, especially for the time of the College World Series, because I was around like 14 or 15 when I did a like showcase like weekend there where I stayed at Iowa Central College, I got to see the College World Series at kind of around their age, so it's just a cool experience even if you don't really follow college baseball too much. I feel like just the atmosphere of it with fans going crazy, and like you see how big these guys are in comparison to like normal people, and they're just in college anywhere from like 19 to like 24 years old, and they just look like mammoths out there.
I know.
So it's nuts.
It is crazy seeing a Division I player in the College World Series. It's definitely a different take on, where you're currently at and where you want to be.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the TCU tournament too, just because it, like, traveling and like carpooling to a place is one thing, but when you get to go fly and play somewhere, it even brings a different feel too, just because you're not from there, these other teams aren't from there, but you're all trying to do the same thing and get wins and hopefully win the tournament too. So just kind of, I feel like, brings a different atmosphere to it as well.
100%. Yep. I love to hear it. I guess I'll go into rapid fire questions. Favorite stadium of yours that you've either played in or been to?
Ooh. I guess played in is the Saints Stadium, the St. Paul Saints.
Okay.
I got to pitch in an all-star game there a couple of years ago, and then I played there a couple times as well. So that one's pretty sweet. We went to Wrigley this summer for CA, so that was pretty awesome. I haven't really been to too many other ballparks besides Target Field. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So,
who is it? The Twins are playing, the Phillies at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa this August. And I was like, man, that'd be sweet to go see.
I know. Yeah, that field is pretty awesome too. I don't know what they do when pro teams don't play there.
I know they made some complexes there to host youth tournaments and things like that. So, but I know they haven't gone there for a few years now. I think they had some minor league teams, or maybe they have some minor league teams in the future, but I think they did one in 22 and 23, and then I think they took 24 and 25 off because they were like rebuilding the stadium or something like that.
Yep.
And I already know the answer to these questions, but for people who don't know you, pitcher or hitter?
Pitcher.
Pitcher.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you like about pitching more than hitting?
That I don't have to think. I just go out there and try to get people out. I'm not worrying about like what the guy up there is trying to do with me.
Yeah.
I just go out there and I can control the game. So I like that aspect of it. But I got to swing it a couple times last year. It's always fun going up there, especially like as a pitcher. I don't really worry at all about trying to stay in the lineup. I just go in there and free swing, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Did you hit like a gapper or something towards the fence?
God, where were we playing it? We were like somewhere in Wisconsin. Yeah, it was like an early scrimmage on, so we didn't really have our best guys out there.
Yeah. Oh, so I got
past. Yeah, I actually played a little second base, and then I got to hit too. But yeah, I hit one to the wall. I have it on video, so there is proof.
So there is proof.
Yeah, it went about like 370 to the wall, so I can still swing it a little bit. But yeah,
I love it. That's good stuff. Yeah, showing that pose. Pitcher only is for people who don't know. Pose can still hit too once in a while. A few other questions. What do coaches value most that players often miss?
I would probably say like intensity and effort. You could be the best guy in the field, but if it looks like you don't want to be there, there's a lot of other guys that would want to be there where you're at too. So I guess just knowing the spot that you're in and knowing what you're gifted with and what you've worked for, being able to go out there every time you're able to play and just like showcase whatever you have, with diving after balls or, running out a ground ball that maybe a guy overthrows, but that gets you on base. And then, hey, like your OBP goes up and you're able to stay in the lineup and, show your value that way. So just, I guess, showcasing your value in whatever way possible, even if you're not a guy who, plays as often as the other guys, like contributing in other ways too. That goes a long way. Being a good teammate in the dugout, picking people up, or, if, you're not playing that game, but maybe you're asked to pinch run or pinch hit, like just doing your job that way, I feel like goes a long way for me at least.
100%. I think a lot of players, they don't realize, like, just from the standpoint of you have your role on the team and you got to figure out that role. And if it's even asking the coach, what's my role on the team? And I think that's something that we're definitely going to do a lot more this year of just letting guys know, like, this is your role. And then if, you fitting into that and figuring out how you're going to give the team the most value is a huge thing. And then obviously the things that you're not good at, working on that stuff outside of practices and games and stuff, because that's the only way that you get better. You get your work in with the team, but I really think like most of the work that's going to get you better is on your own time.
No doubt. I think putting in work with whatever skill you are, whether you're a pitcher or whatever you do. I remember a lot of nights just going into the gym and like throwing against the wall by myself, taking videos of it and like trying to analyze what I'm doing, or looking in the mirror and just doing like some towel drills, and just all that stuff builds up, especially once it's all muscle memory. So once the more reps you put into that, the easier it becomes. And like, I feel like the more you're prepared, especially when you're going to play in big games, the more you feel prepared, the more it just, I don't know, everyone says it, but it truly does just slow down and you feel like you're ready for it, even if it's the biggest game of your life.
Yeah. So I wish I had like a lot of he's talking about like videoing yourself. I remember I used to video myself like front on, going through my motions, side view, and just like see where I'm at in my progressions with pitching and whatnot. And I know a lot of our guys like that just come in here on their own, they get video themselves, like see what they're doing and looking for those little minute details of like how they can improve. I think that's my next question was, why do some athletes succeed at the next level and others don't? And I think we pretty much just answered it there.
I think so. Yeah, I think for me, from what I saw, what I saw with some of the best players I got to play with, obviously their talent got them a long way, but it was more so of like who they were as a person, how hard they wanted to work, what they did to put that work in. Like sometimes it's not, the prettiest, like you got to go in at night or you got to go in the morning. But if you want to get it done and get to where you want, then sometimes you got to do stuff that you don't want to, or other people definitely don't want to.
100%. And that's like the physical stuff you can control. And then there's a lot of uncontrollables out there that while you're going on your journey in high school and college that you can't control. And the other piece of it is, what are you leaning into to take away some of that, fear or anxiety that you have about maybe being injured or different things like that. And that's why like having faith in, higher power and God and whatnot, that's another piece of it that I think a lot of kids will have to really understand of like, oh yeah, like even if I do a lot of the right things, like I'm not going to have full control over the whole process. I can control the controllables, which we talk about all the time, but there's also a faith component there too.
100%.
So sweet. Thanks for coming on, Joey. Best advice you have for young CA players?
I would say, we kind of already just talked about it, but put it like, get in and do work when other people don't want to, or, when you're not expected to be here, whether you're here 1 to 4 days a week, like just any extra work, whether you do it here or at home, is going to be your best friend. The more you can do it, the more comfortable you get, and the better you feel about it. And then when the time comes to whatever, playing a game or showcase what you got, it'll just feel more normal for you. So.
Absolutely. Sweet. Excited for the summer season. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Here we go. And that's the Complete Athlete Podcast.